Hello, my name is Braguy, and welcome to a short tutorial about the weapons of the A-10C Warthog. This tutorial aims to demystify the weapons of the A-10 and explain in a very fundamental way what every weapon is and its use in the battlefield. However, this tutorial is not an in-depth guide in implementation on the battlefield. So with the general overview in mind, let's begin. Note that this guide will contain an overview for only live ordnance. Anything with a T in the rearmament menu is considered training munitions and should not be used on an active battlefield. This includes target practice ammunition for the GAU-8. The GAU-8 Avenger 30mm Gatling cannon is the main armament of our A-10C. It carries 1,150 rounds of ammunition, either a combat mix, which is a series of armor-piercing and high-explosive incendiary, or exclusively high-explosive incendiary. Combat mix is suitable for all targets, including tanks, buildings, ships, armored vehicles, and more. If it's on the ground, you can kill it with this ammunition. High-explosive incendiary is suitable only for thin-skinned targets such as trucks, or infantry and other loose personnel. Next up is bombs, and we will be beginning with unguided munitions, which are suitable for static targets. The Mark 82 is a 500-pound warhead suitable for light to medium armor. Its brother, the Mark 82 Air, also has a 500-pound warhead, except this bomb has a high-drag inflatable retarder. It is also suitable for light to medium armor. The special use case for this bomb is when you're at low altitude and you need to get the bomb down on the ground and get away quickly. The bigger brother to these two bombs is the Mark 84. It carries a 2,000-pound warhead and is suitable for heavy armor, including buildings. Next are unguided cluster bombs. The CBU-97 is suitable for light armor and soft targets. Its bigger brother, the CBU-87, is suitable for heavy armor. Note that these munitions are unguided. Also note that clear skies are preferred, but it is possible to drop unguided munitions in cloudy weather. All unguided munitions require visual on target at the time of release. Next up, we have guided munitions, this time GPS guided. Note that GPS munitions are suitable for any weather, day or night, and CBUs must be released in CCRP mode. Unlike unguided munitions, GPS-guided munitions give you a little bit of wiggle room in where you release the bomb over the target, but note that the GPS can only do so much for accuracy. If you are in a poor position to release the bomb, the GPS-guided munition will likely not hit. The GBU-38 is the GPS-guided variant of the Mark 82. It carries a 500-pound warhead and is suitable for light to medium armor. Its bigger brother, the GBU-31, carries a 2,000-pound warhead, just like the Mark 84, and is suitable for heavy armor, including buildings. Cluster munitions in the GPS-guided variants are when-corrected munition dispensers, meaning that you don't have to be perfectly on target, but you have to be quite close. The CBU-103 cluster munition is suitable for light armor and soft targets. The CBU-105 is suitable for heavy armor. Next up is laser-guided munitions. Note that laser-guided munitions require a clear line of sight to the target and are most appropriate for clear skies day and night. Laser-guided munitions include the GBU-12 500-pound warhead bomb, which is suitable for light to medium armor, as well as the GBU-10, which is a 2,000-pound warhead, suitable for heavy armor, including buildings. Next we have the AGM-65 Maverick family. They have a maximum standoff range of 7 nautical miles and come in infrared as well as charged coupled device electro-optical flavors. Infrared Mavericks include the AGM-65D and G, that's Delta and Golf. The Delta has a 126-pound shaped charge warhead and is suitable for light to medium armor, mostly tanks. The G, or Golf variant, has a 300-pound penetrating blast fragmentation warhead and is suitable for heavy armor, including buildings. Note that infrared Mavericks are suitable for any weather, day or night. The CCD charged coupled device electro-optical Mavericks include the H Hotel Maverick, which has a 126-pound shaped charge warhead and is suitable for light to medium armor. Also, the K Kilo variant Maverick has a 300-pound penetrating blast fragmentation warhead, which is suitable for heavy armor, including buildings. Note that the electro-optical CCD Mavericks, like the H and K, are best suited for daytime operations, as they work off of contrast from the target to the ground. Side note, Mavericks can be used for air-to-air engagements as a last resort against fixed-wing aircraft, and can hit slower-moving helicopters in some rarer engagements. They are not ideal, per se, but it is quite feasible to do so. Remember, it's not an air-to-air missile, so its maneuverability is not great compared to a Sidewinder. Besides, using the gun on airborne targets is way more fun. Next up is rockets. All rockets are unguided and can be fired from pods which contain 7 rockets each. The Mark V rocket contains a high-explosive anti-tank warhead suitable for static light to medium armor. The M151 anti-personnel fragmentation warhead rocket is suitable for unarmored infantry and personnel. The M156 rocket contains a white phosphorus smoke warhead and provides visual white smoke identification of targets for other attackers, either airborne or ground-based. The M257 illumination flare rocket contains a parachute-borne battlefield illuminator. This is launched from CCIP. Also available to you on the A-10 is the LU-2 illumination flare. This is another parachute-borne battlefield illuminator, except this is dropped just like a bomb from CCRP mode. Of importance for you to take on most, if not all, missions is the AN/AAQ-28 Lightning targeting pod. This is used for target acquisition and tracking. It contains the ability to track targets in both non-infrared as well as infrared. This also houses a laser. You will need this for precision-guided munitions, including GPS and laser-guided bombs. Next, the AIM-9 Sidewinder air-to-air missile. It has a maximum range of 9 nautical miles. It carries a 20-pound warhead and is infrared-guided, and is suitable for close-range airborne targets only. It requires a clear line of sight to the target and should be used as a last resort. You will generally only be carrying 2, so make them count. Last but not least is the AN/ALQ-184 and AN/ALQ-131 ECM pods. In the DCS world environment, they are modeled identically. The 184 is slightly smaller and has less drag, so I prefer to take that, but again, this is a personal choice. These provide electronic countermeasures to any radar threats, mainly AAA such as Shilkas and SAM sites, especially short-range ones like the SA-15 Tor, SA-19 Tunguska, or SA-8 Osa. Note that ECM has no effect on infrared-guided SAM launchers, including manpads like the Igla, or Strela 1 SA-9 and Strela 10 SA-13. Note that effectiveness against airborne threats with these ECM pods is not great and should primarily be used against AI threats, as players will not be deterred by it. Extremely long-range SAM sites like the S-300, SA-10, or Patriot, and even medium-range SAM sites like the SA-11, Buck, or Hawk will have no trouble tearing through this ECM and should still be avoided at all costs in the A-10 unless all other options are depleted. Use terrain masking when possible when threatened by these SAM sites. Also note that in many of your DCS A-10 engagements, you will likely see more Russian surface-to-air threats than NATO ones, as many mission designers have you flying the Hog on the NATO or Blue 4 side. However, there are NATO equivalents for every threat listed above, which are equally as dangerous. Do your research. A future video will be released shortly, detailing every surface-to-air threat in the DCS environment, so stay tuned. Well, that'll do it for our general overview of the A-10 weapons. I hope you learned something, and please reference this video whenever you need to. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.